So what I had was Dave Brubeck, but that was great. But that's not what I'm going to talk about in my personal favorites. Because what I've been listening to most, what topped my chart this past 3 weeks, was SAMKIM. Now, for those of you who know who SAMKIM is, I don't need to tell you this. But SAMKIM is amazing. He really struck a chord with me. 2 weeks ago, I discovered him. And it was Sunday, and I was just kind of by myself, perusing YouTube, as you do, by yourself on a Sunday. And I came across a video from SAMKIM. I was like, I wonder if SAMKIM has anything new. Or, no, here's what it was, because I've been listening to lots of SAMKIM. And I was like, I wonder if he's ever done any covers. And so I looked up some covers he did. And I saw that he'd done this one on Chainsmokers' Closer. Here's a little clip of that.
I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car, babe. 4 years, no call. Now you're looking pretty in a hotel bar, but I can't stop.
Now, as I listened to this, I thought to myself, you know, I used to sing a lot. You've heard me sing a few times on the podcast, you know, and you may have noticed my voice isn't the worst voice ever, but it's certainly not the best voice ever either. It used to be really good. It used to be lots better, and I miss those days because I was actually doing vocal exercises every day. I was practicing. I was singing with people. I was performing in places. I mean, I wasn't like touring or anything, but I was like doing performances every once in a while in like contests and things just for fun because I loved singing. And I thought as I listened to this, SAMKIM has a voice that is really genuinely good, but that's not the best. And I was thinking as I listened, I will never sing like Freddie Mercury, and I will never play the guitar like Steve Vai. For those of you who don't know, Freddie Mercury is the main singer in the song, or in the band Queen, not in the song Queen.
And Steve Vai is pretty much just a guitar prodigy. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. SAMKIM, though, he's not as good as Freddie Mercury. He's not as good as Steve Vai. He's really good, though. Like, he's genuinely really good at what he does, which is actually kind of unusual in the pop industry.
Yeah.
Not necessarily at the top. You look at guys like Ed Sheeran. Man, that guy can play a guitar like a boss. John Mayer, that guy can play a guitar like a boss. There are lots of performers that deserve what they have, that they are genuinely really good. And SAMKIM, though, he's kind of under the radar in Korea, but he deserves much more than he has because this guy is a musician. He's a guy who practices, who means something to him. Like you heard the way he played the guitar in that track. Listen to the way he plays the guitar in this cover of Bruno Mars's Treasure.
2, 3, 4. Give me your attention, baby. Gotta tell you a little something about yourself. You're wonderful, fly, little, you a sexy lady. But you walk around here like you wanna be someone else. Oh, I know that you don't know it, but you're fine.
Now that was done for the Kiss the Radio station, which those of you who know a little bit about Korea know that that's a pretty big deal. Radio station, you know. K-pop star hosts, you know, it's an iconic radio thing, and there are lots of people that come in and do covers, and the covers are good, and some of them are not as good. So the fact that SAMKIM took the time to learn to play like a boss just to play Treasure, because he didn't have to, he could have impressed people. I speak from experience. I've watched a lot of these covers. I can tell you with assuredness that is one of the best covers they have ever heard on Kiss the Radio. Easily. Most incredible. He's playing the guitar and singing at once, and his singing sounds great, and his guitar playing is out of this world.
You know, I heard that. You showed me this video, I remember.
Yeah.
And I thought, if I hadn't been watching the video, I would have thought it was a studio recording. I mean, that's how polished he sounded. There were obviously a few mishaps,
sure,
but I would have thought that it was a studio recording. That's like, his guitar playing was so rhythmically correct, and his singing complemented that so well. I was really impressed.
He's an impressive guy. I'm impressed that he goes to the lengths he does just for his music. And what inspires me most about him, though, is that, like I said, I will never sing like Freddie Mercury. I'll never play like Steve Vai. I don't think SAMKIM will ever sing like Freddie Mercury. I don't think he'll ever play like Steve Vai. But I bet if I really tried, I could sing as well as Sam Kim. And I bet if I really tried, I could play the guitar as well as Sam Kim. This is the kind of singing and the kind of guitar playing that comes just from practice. From not being born a prodigy, but just from loving what you do. And so I listen to Sam Kim now, and I hear more than just what's going on in the music. I hear a guy who wrote a song about something that means a lot to him, who has spent his whole life playing music and practicing to be as good as he is. And there's something about that that's really human and really, really incredible. The song I want to talk about, after all that preamble, the song that has been my personal favorite these past 3 weeks since we've seen you, is Seattle by Sam Kim. Take a little song.
Can I run and hide? I'm stuck inside my memories. Step away from time. Take me to a place where I will never grow old. I'm tired every day. I am thirsty.
Something you may not notice about this piano, actually, because you may not be a pianist. Something that I notice immediately is how heavy the hammer sounds are. This is an old piano. This is a worn piano. This is something where the felt on the hammers has worn away a little bit, and you can really hear it thumping. The reason I think that's so cool is because this reminds me of the kind of piano you'd hear that I grew up with. It was a piano that didn't cost a lot of money, and that was definitely well used before it came to us. It was actually the piano my mom grew up with. We bought this, the piano I have, from my grandparents. Maybe she just gave it to us, honestly. That's probably why we have a upright piano in our house, is because we couldn't afford it. We're just given it. But the piano we have it doesn't sound exactly like this, but it reminds me of the piano we have, because it is a piano that's old, because it is a piano that sounds like one that you go to that is home. It's not the grand piano that's amazing, that you feel amazed every time you hear yourself play a grand piano when you're a pianist, because you're just like, this is so much better than all other pianos. But when you go home, and that's when you're alone, kind of, in your thoughts, you're in a place of security and warmth and comfort, and you're hearing this sound that's so familiar that you kind of have become one with over the years of practice in such a beautiful way. So that's the piano we're using here. Now here's what Sam Kim says. Can I run and hide? I'm stuck inside my memories. Step away from time. Take me to a place where I will never grow old. I'm tired every day. I'm thirsty for the rain that waters all my melodies. The needle in the sky never fails to light my nights, and it shows my heart on my tattered sleeve. This is a song about home, the longing for home. And you'll notice his English is really good. He sings the second verse in Korean, but we may as well take advantage of this English first verse to discuss the meaning. He's actually from Seattle. He's American. He talks about his home in Seattle. Talks about the needle, space needle, that always lights his nights. And he talks about his heart on his sleeve. This is a song of longing for home that's very personal and insightful into his mind. And it's given to us, it's presented to us with the backdrop of this piano that reminds us of home. And I'm not saying that to extrapolate extra meaning out of this. This piano genuinely reminded me of home, and I think it reminds him too of home. And so he's giving us a look into his life, into his soul, and singing to us from a place of total openness. This is clearly a song he wrote, which is another thing I love, is when you can tell that the musician did most of the work here. Now, let me take you to another part of this song that I love, which is the bridge before the final chorus. The strings start in, as in most Korean pop songs, pop ballads. The strings come in, and they accompany for a little while, and it's just normal stuff. But at one point, they swell up, and Sam stops singing. And for that moment, for that brief moment, there's just strings and piano swelling over the music. And it feels a little like you're flying all of a sudden, flying back to home, back to where you desperately want to be in a world full of uncertainty and, wondering where you're going to be in 5 years. And it's a hard world. Here's that moment. I'm describing it too much. You need to just hear it.
들려줄 말이 너무 많은데 Oh please 내 손을 잡아줘 Just please 어제처럼 날 안아줘
I love that. I love this whole song. It's very, very nostalgic for me to listen to this, and it's beautiful. The song came out almost a year ago, I think, and I discovered it, I think, the day it came out. And I have loved it ever since, but I've been listening to it a lot lately because life is hard sometimes. And when life is hard, you just got to have that song. And this, for me, is that song. So thank you, SAMKIM. If you ever listen to this, you have my heartfelt thanks for your beautiful, beautiful song. And on that note, Andrew, what did you listen to this week?
Rodri, thank you so much. I just want to say I do love that song. I know I stayed mostly quiet while Rodri talked about it, but it is very beautiful, very meditative, and it evokes so many emotions. Beautiful song. As for what I listened to this week, so I was